Good evening, this is Communitas Regional News. My name is Rudy Visscher. Tonight's top stories: Diplomacy in Action, the second Communitas conference concluding with a major breakthrough of the region's first Security Council; expanding the newsroom, CRN hiring journalist John Curry as we take our reporting to the next level; shockwaves across the region, a nuclear detonation near the Lytho-Czechnia border sends geopolitical tension soaring; and finally, a new era begins. Leadership changes at the top, which reshapes the future of Communitas. This is Communitas Regional News. Firstly, we bring you news from Pacifism City, where a major diplomatic development has reshaped the future of regional politics. The establishment of a brand new Security Council, a body designed to address crises, enforce sanctions, and, if necessary, take action to protect peace and stability. Earlier this month, delegates from across Communitas gathered in Pacifism City to discuss the pressing issues facing our region. But out of all the discussions held, one stood out above the rest: the formation of the Security Council. Though still in its infancy and yet to take any formal action, the SC is poised to become a powerful tool in regional governance. The treaty establishing the SC sets a unique precedent. Until the Council reaches 11 members, any single member has the power to veto a resolution. Founding nations include Lytho-Czechnia, JACJ, Rowatna, Brucker and Vikerund, Omnisat, the Sith Order, the Separatist Council, Communitarian states and non-Western Friesland have since joined. The Council's primary method of enforcement? Sanctions, with international intervention reserved as a last resort. It will also oversee an International Defence Committee, as mandated by Lytho-Czechnia's Destructive Weapons Treaty. So how has the region responded? Broadly, support for the Security Council has been notably strong. In Nisat, major political factions, including the Socialist Red Star Party and the centre-left Democratic Party, have backed the move. Even the Conservative Party, which was initially hesitant, has ultimately supported joining after assurances that the Security Council wouldn't interfere with national politics. But not all reactions have been positive. Extremist parties, including the Nisatian National Socialist Workers' Party, Empire Party, and National Socialist Union Party, alongside the Lytho-Czechnian Radical Expansionist Party, have fiercely condemned the Security Council, calling it a threat to national sovereignty. What does this all mean for the future of Communitas? We're yet to find out. Will the Security Council prove to be a stabilising force, or will it become yet another source of division? One thing is clear: the decisions made in the coming weeks will shape the future of our region for years to come. Still to come, our top story for tonight: Lytho-Czechnia attacked, Umbrathor drops nukes on international territory, and finally, changes to the leadership bring new prosperity to the region. In other news, Communitas Regional News is making strides beyond live reporting, bringing in-depth written journalism to the region. With the hiring of John Curry, a Nisatian national, as our chief article writer, CRN has officially expanded into written articles, offering detailed coverage and analysis alongside our live broadcasts. This move marks a significant step in providing a more permanent record of regional events, ensuring that important stories remain accessible to all nations and Communitas. To support this expansion, a new website has been launched at sites.google.com/view/Communitas News, serving as the official archive for these articles. Whether it's political developments, roleplay updates, or major regional events, CRN is now bringing you the news in more ways than ever before. Coming up, leadership changes causing a stir as revitalisation efforts go underway. However, our next story is one of tragedy. Viewer discretion is advised for this next story, as it discusses nuclear fallout and weapons. On Sunday, the 17th of September 1967, at 10:19 p.m, Umbrathor dropped their first test of nuclear bombs just outside the northwest border of Lytho-Czechnia. Reports of the sheer magnitude of the destructive capabilities of these weapons have come in from several sources. International experts place the explosive power at around the same capacity of 6,000 tons of dynamite, with a much more deadly nuclear radiation leaking into nearby environments, not least of which has affected both the Northland District's many logging facilities, but the spread of radioactive particles has caused trace radioactivity in the air in the Ezeraski district, resulting in minor radiation levels in the crops grown. Sources cannot accurately state how many of these weapons Umbrathor has, but estimates put them at having between 3 to 15 of these weapons of mass destruction, with some estimates taking into account the nuclear material required and the limited resource that Umbrathor has within its borders. But these figures may be underrepresented if Umbrathor is getting materials from other nations. As of right now, neither the president of Lytho-Czecnia, Maximilian Dominik, nor the elected general administrator, Stefan Visscher, has published an official statement regarding this international event, but there have been calls from within their government for action. Most notably, the Lytho-Czechnian Radical Expansionist Party, with their headquarters located in the central district, have been pushing for a temporary overlooking of Lytho-Czechnia's fundamental principle of pacifism to strike back at this other nation. The chairman of the LCRE party, a Mr. Aaron Schneider, released this statement. If the DRC is to ever recover their standing upon the global stage, we need to respond now and with decisiveness. It has been and always will be the opinion of the LCRE that we need to be more proactive in securing our future. Additionally, the head representative for the Ezeraski district, a Miss Eva Hackshaw, despite being one of the main affected districts, has instead been urging the President and the EGA to use the diplomatic channels provided by the newly formed Security Council and its subsidiary, the International Defence Committee, which Mr. Visscher himself leads. Ms. Hackshaw writes, "It is not right for a nation to abandon its virtues at the first hurdle. Our nation was built upon a principle of diplomacy until the last resort. We will not back down now." How will this story unfold? We are yet to see. The Security Council is going to meet soon, but we have yet to hear any decision that is made on where, when, and how this situation will be resolved. Our final story for tonight is a story that is shaking the very foundation of our region. After a period of stagnation and growing unrest, Communitas has seen a dramatic shift in leadership, one that promises a bold new future. For months, concerns had been mounting over the direction of our regional administration. A lack of engagement, slow responses, and the near collapse of regional activity left many wondering, who would step up to steer Communitas back on course? Even this auspicious news organisation was left wondering this very question, pondering whether JSEJ would turn to any nation for assistance in an ever-continuing battle to revive debate. Enter Lytho-Czechnia. In a stunning turn of events, brought about, in part, by our very own reporting here at CRN, Petmental Igalilai has stepped down, and in his place, we welcome the new General Secretary, Maximilian Dominik. With this shift in leadership, a fresh wave of energy has swept through the region, marking the beginning of what some are calling a revitalised Communitas. As it stands, the results are already showing. Since the transition, new nations have flooded our Discord community, eager to take part in the rebirth of Communitas. Among them, the communitarian states, Konath Pathonic and Umbrathor, each bringing new voices, new ideas, and a renewed sense of purpose to our once dormant regional hub. This is more than just a leadership change. It is a turning point. With a new administration at the helm and an influx of fresh energy, the future of Communitas is looking brighter than ever. The question now is, what comes next? Will this momentum continue? Will the spirit of activity and engagement endure? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Communitas is back. That's all for today, folks. Tune in next time where we bring you some more of Communitas' regional news. Good night.